I'm down at Plymouth Pavilions with Rizzle Kicks. Introduce yourselves.
I'm Jordan.
Hello, I'm Harley.
And they're playing the Plymouth Pavilions tonight. It's actually on Tuesday. We're going to play this out on Saturday. BBC Introducing then. Where did you start off with regards to BBC Introducing?
I think we started off via the website where you went online and then you submitted a song to, I think it was either Hugh Stevens, Steve Lamack, or I can't remember the third person, but I think we submitted us to Hugh. And yeah,
A long time ago, yeah. Before anything kind of happened for us, and then when the ball started to roll a bit, kind of introducing became quite a prominent part of our kind of rise, if you like. We played at Reading, and we played at the BBC. The Big weekend and stuff. So yeah, we did. They supported us in lots of different festivals over a few years. And
you played the Secret set last year, didn't you? You came on. What was that like?
At Glastonbury, yeah, it was cool. I mean, yeah, it was. We weren't able to announce it until the day and stuff, but it was cool. Yeah, it was just Glastonbury was just so much fun.
I got to wear wellies
on stage.
Once my cousin, I have a cousin who's used to be in an indie band, and I watched him one time and he had Wellingtons, and I thought I really want to wear wellies one time when we perform on stage, and it took me like 7 years, but it was worth it.
There we go. I actually had a little look on the uploader before coming here today, and the two tracks you've got on there, Sweating Through My Jeans and It's All Noisy.
Oh my God, Sweating Through My Jeans. Wow. That is, see those are like...
Do you know who I submitted them to?
BBC Sussex you're listed on under...
Yeah.
I can have a little look.
Really, really old.
They're like proper old demos. Like some of the first songs we kind of ever made together.
Well, obviously I had a listen.
Yeah.
And we're considering playing one out.
No, you're not.
How would you feel about that? And It's All Noisy. Would you have a preference?
Sweating Through My Jeans, I think.
Yeah, I noticed they're not on your list for tonight.
They didn't quite make the cut this evening. No.
So with BBC Introducing, then we've got an artist.
Quite a good vibe, actually.
Maybe we'll Sweating Through My Jeans is the one we'll play.
Sweat Through My Jeans as well, so I wasn't lying.
We have an artist that we're really supporting. He's just got back from his tour in Australia and he's headed out to Europe, and I believe you know him.
Who?
Ryan Keane.
Yeah, I know Ryan.
I
love Ryan.
So do we.
Yeah.
And we actually had him in on a session on last Monday? 2 Mondays ago.
Yeah.
And we kind of wanted to try and get you guys and Ryan at the same time, but he's just way too busy.
Yeah, he's going all around the world and that.
Is there any chance of possibly ever a joint little performance between you guys and Ryan?
Oh, yeah, well, I'm sure we'll do a show at the same place one time. Or like the same festival. Our music styles are a little different. He's more like acoustic, predominantly acoustic, and we're obviously like a little bit more, I don't know, in your face maybe. I think it'd be good for people though to hear that upload a song we had, because to see the difference.
Yeah,
that was like 3.5 years ago or something. A lot of people are too shy to play their music to people. Anyway, that was a
we'll play it out and let people have a think.
Yeah, Ryan's a great example of the similar approach to becoming, achieving your dreams on a basis that, you know, he worked so hard. He's worked so hard with no real backing. You know, he's got like management and whatnot. But you know, I've seen him printing off his own flyers. You know, packaging his own CDs, talking to all his fans like every night on like Skype, hitting them all back on Facebook. He puts in like a real effort, and it pays off when he releases his album or EP, and it creeps into the iTunes top 40 or whatever, and he's freaking out because no one's been using, but he hasn't had an advertising vehicle. So he's a brilliant example actually for people who are wanting to become
So tips-wise then, other than obviously working hard and going along the Ryan route, what have you done that's made you so successful?
I think a very important part of our success was the fact that when we were approached by labels, we had a very clear vision on what we wanted to put out. I think a lot of talent gets lost in kind of confusion, or often I see artists signed too young and without any real identity, just because they're good at singing or they look pretty or something, and it doesn't really go anywhere. I think before, when we were signed, we had uploaded an original video to Trumpets. We had another video to a song called Miss Cigarette. We put a website up, which we're maintaining pretty poorly, but it still looked quite cool. And we had like a logo. We had, even these all things sound tiny, but like nowadays, when all the money's left the industry, it's not like the 90s anymore. Like you got downloading and YouTube and whatnot. Labels wanted to buy into a surety now. There's no really risks anymore. I think they want to be reassured that what they're going to put money into something that already has a buzz and already knows where it's going. So I think the new age of music is just not understanding that you're a product and how you best market yourself without losing too much integrity.
That sounds brilliant. So are there any other artists that you think are brilliant and kind of upcoming that you want to support, perhaps through BBC Introducing, or just anybody that you've seen out and about that we should be looking out for?
A chick called Ellie Ingram.
She's signed though.
We're allowed to say even if they're signed.
We were signed when Jason, you played at Reading and stuff.
Yeah, Ellie Ingram. Yeah.
And what kind of music's Ellie do?
She's like soul. She's like R&B soul. Amy Holford. Oh, sorry, Eva Stone. Eva Stone. Yeah, she changed her name. Eva Stone, she's good. There's a rapper called Cass is Dead, but he's a bit dark. I think he's brilliant. There's a few bits and bobs. It's quite difficult to keep up to.
Do you get to see much music then, or are you just really busy?
Live?
Yeah.
Haven't been to a live show for a while. You went to see
Prince.
Recently, so.
Yeah, I went to see Prince, man. That was life changing.
Was that in the London?
Yeah, Ronnie Scott's. I was like 3 meters from him, man. It was well wicked.
It's crazy to think, even when you're famous and there are people that think that about you. I mean, there are fans stood outside the gate out there waiting to meet you.
Yeah.
And there are people like that for you, and then you're just exactly the same when you meet or getting close to someone like Prince.
Yeah. Yeah, well, like,
I think everyone's always going to have someone that they really aspire to. I think a lot of people are inspired by a certain person and will often fanboy, not necessarily fanboy, but like be amazed by the presence of someone like that.
But I mean, what interests me about that kind of thing is that, like, I'd been hooked up for this Prince show by like a friend of mine who works with him and another singer who sings with him, and like I'm clearly in admiration of this guy. Like, I'm watching him. My mum's going nuts. I brought my mum with me. She's going crazy because she's like, she brought me up on Prince and stuff. But like, it's not. It's like I feel as I've grown up, I haven't really idolized anyone. I've seen people and experienced them, but if I idolize them, it kind of gets turned into envy, which is the driving force of a lot of things I do. Like, if I'm envious of someone, I'll want to achieve more. So it's like a positive envy. And like, say for example, after the show finished, I was blown away. My mum was blown away. It was amazing. There was an opportunity to like, do you maybe wanna? I don't know. And I just thought in my head, like, I only want to say hi to Prince if he knows who I am, rather than just be some dude who's up in his grill. Like, do you know what I mean? So that was another a target to set in my own mind, kind of thing, which is what keeps me going.
Maybe it'll happen.
I think
soon.
It's quite possible.
Yeah. Well, exactly. You're reasonably well known, to be fair. How does it feel knowing?
He knows Leanne quite well. He might know who I am.
Yeah. Well, how does it feel knowing that there are people outside waiting to see you? Is that not weird? I can't imagine that myself.
Yeah, it is quite weird.
It is.
And do you go out and talk to fans and stuff like that very much, or do you try and sort of keep yourself to yourself? And
I don't really understand like a lot of parts of fandom, but I do really like it that people I love, the best thing is when you're at a show and everyone's just like vibing to your music. That's like one of the ultimate buzzes. You know, you're just like, wow, these people. This show's nuts because this is a really big venue. So this is always quite good. Plymouth Pavilions, it was great. But yeah, that's amazing. Or when I can't explain it. Like sometimes I get powerful moments from people like in the most obscure places. It's not necessarily. But I'll give 2 examples, yeah? So one of them was like, I was walking down my road in West London and someone just stopped. No, I was sitting in a cafe and someone walked in and just went, oh, my son and I really like your music, keep doing what you're doing. And then just like walked out. That's the stuff that really hits me because it's kind of like, she wasn't hassling me or anything, she was just being really nice. And then that made me want to go like ask her for something. Like, I don't know. And then like the other one was a bit crazy, which is a bit different. It's like when we were on tour with Ed Sheeran in America, I was going up being stupid and like winding people up with like a bag of Maltesers or something. I was like giving them, because there's loads of fans for Ed over there, and I was giving them all Maltesers. And then like there was one random girl just like put her hand out. Like, I swear to God, this girl wasn't even going crazy. She wasn't like screaming, anything. All these other girls going nuts, grabbing full of Maltesers and that. Like, this girl just hands me this bag. So I took the bag, took it on the bus, and there were these 3 woven dolls, like, that she had stated had taken like 23 hours each to make. And they're amazing. I've still got me and Harley's. I don't know where Ed's is. And I was like, and considering Harley and I were the support act as well, in America we don't really know. They just proper researched and like, I just still couldn't get it in my head that she wasn't even freaking out. Like, she wasn't even like, there was a very, very strong possibility that I wasn't going to take that bag. It was just because it was just the surety of what she was doing. She just like didn't say anything. I thought it was crazy that she just sat down and given all that time and wasn't even freaking out.
Is there anything particularly weird fans have done, just out of interest?
Yeah, I give apple pies all the time.
I don't know if we can discuss this on radio. Is there like any kind of underlying reason, or is it?
I just love apple pie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not any American Pie reference.
So you just get. What about you? Get any weird fan stuff?
Not necessarily. No, I don't think anything out of the ordinary. No.
Oh, that's all right. It'll happen. I'm sure.
Our fans are pretty like. Our fans are like pretty like cool. If you know what I mean. I don't know. They just like a lot of our fans just like come to the show and then just appreciate it and then.
I want all our fans to just be fantastic people, as soon as possible. Like, I think like if I want our fans to buy our music, and I want this music to smile, to make them smile. I want them to be like playing it to like their grandparents, and then like grandparents like, oh, this just sounds young, but I can vibe to this. And then like, and then I want them to come to see us at a show and have a really good time with their friends at our show. And then I want them to just realise what they want to do in life and then just do that. And then I want them to be really good at what they do in life. And then I want to feel like I need to follow them on Twitter.
Do you follow fans on Twitter?
No.
And all right then. Well, we're going to have a look now. We're going to play one of your songs, but from back in the day, a little while ago. Yeah. Which track is it you would quite like us to play? Is it "Sweating Through My Jeans" or "It's All Noisy"?
I think "Sweating Through My Jeans" because it sounds more like what we do now than "Noisy." This is very old music. Very.
We're like 17 years old.
But hopefully the listeners will be able to hear kind of how far you've gone. And just to let you know, Radio Devon, with possibly the exception of BBC Introducing, which is the show it's going out on, our age range is sort of 57 years old. So it's going out to those older people that...
Hell yeah. What up?
Nice.
So it is. So various age ranges. So can you introduce a song then on BBC Introducing Devon?
This is Rizzle Kicks, and this is one of our oldest known songs.
Sweating Through My Jeans.